see,
I have a much better
you
witch
have a
cackle.
much better witch cackle. Hi, my name is Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing The Witches. This is 2020. The original film was in 1990, obviously adapted by a Roald Dahl's film.
From Roald Dahl's book.
Roald Dahl's book.
Based on Roald Dahl's 1983 classic book, The Witches, the story tells a scary, funny, imaginative tale of a 7-year-old boy who has a run-in with some real-life witches.
Back in 1990, or probably a couple of years later from that, is probably the first time I watched what I consider the original Witches film. And it scared me and both entertained me, and I loved it.
When I was in Standard 4, our teacher read us The Witches, and I found it terrifying. I had nightmares. And then I watched the film, and I found that equally terrifying and had nightmares and was terrified of people who wore wigs and gloves.
I had high hopes for this film because of those memories. You know,
Right.
you being scared, the interest in the Roald Dahl, really spectacular writing. You know, he knows how to build characters. So I was really interested to see what they were going to do with it. Unfortunately for me, it falls under did we really need to make this? Did we need another a remake when there's still an outstanding film? Even though they used mostly live action, like puppeteering, prosthetic makeup that was all real, no CGI. And I'll say even though I prefer that compared to the CGI that's in this film. But I had high hopes because we had Anne Hathaway, Octavia Spencer, Stanley Tucci, who was massively underused in this film. The thing I really dislike about this film is that it has no heart. I don't really care about any of the characters. I don't feel like there was any kind of fruition towards the ending. It felt like an anticlimax ending, even though it had a similar ending to the original, and there's not a lot different to even kind of say, yeah, we needed to make this film. The difference mostly feels like the beginning, and I think the beginning was probably the best part of this film. And so now I'm in that place of, okay, we had a really great original film, great book. Did we need to make this new one?
Okay, so I feel slightly differently. I probably enjoyed this a lot more than you did, Ruben, and I didn't really have that much of a problem with the CGI. The way it's written, the way it's expressed in Roald Dahl's language, and the sort of creation that he creates, it was never going to be, for me, in the realm of reality anyway. So for me, the fact that the CGI might be slightly less believable is fine, because it's fantasy, right? I mean, that's where I come at it. I enjoyed the characterization. I enjoyed the building of the characters in the first half of the film. I thought that was really well done. I really believed the relationship between the grandma and the little boy, and how that grew over time. Yeah, I think from the moment they get to the hotel, that's the bit of the original movie that I really remembered. And so, yeah, I don't know. I guess the problem as well is that we know it so well that we're waiting for each bit to happen. It's like you're not coming at it with fresh eyes at
Exactly.
all.
So we don't need a remake.
So, well, but what about all the kids who have never seen, because they won't have seen the 1991.
Watch the 1990s one. It still holds up.
Does it though? When last did you watch it?
A couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
And it still held up?
It's great.
Okay.
Angelica Houston has
she's amazing.
presence.
Yeah.
And the original actors were great. I'm not saying anything wrong with the actors yet. In fact, it has all the makings of talent behind this film to be an amazing film. We have an amazing composer. You can go check out the people behind this film. There's Guillermo del Toro, who's a producer or has also had a hand in the creature creations. There's Alfonso Cuarón. And the list is incredible. And then there's the score that just didn't feel like it had the magic either. This is the first time in a while I've also seen that the fans dislike the film. So according to Rotten Tomatoes, which you can take with a pinch of salt, people who have reviewed it's on 50%, and a few thousand people who have reviewed it, just like general public, like us, 48% or even lower. There are definitely moments to enjoy in this film. I liked some of the new creativity that we didn't get in the original film. So there is, like, without doing massive spoilers, one of the witches is able to do stretchy arm things, and I thought that was pretty creepy. And the scariness is still there, you know, but it's still weird that they've gone for demon-like witches rather than witches, and the faces that end up looking something similar to it, rather than witches, what our traditional knowledge of what witches are. And so there are changes. So if you're like a die-hard fan, of course you're not going to like this. However, if you've not seen the original, I imagine you might enjoy this more than those that have watched the original or read the book, maybe, because the adaptation won't quite live up to your imagination. It normally doesn't. So let us know in the comments below. Which version do you like better? Which one have you seen? Are you one of those people that have only seen the new one and really liked it? I did like Anne Hathaway's performance, except sometimes I felt like she was copying too much of Anjelica Huston, and then there were other times I felt like she was over embellishing her even more than needed to be. And then topped off with the CGI, sometimes I was like, I'm not feeling that. So that was just a bit too much for me. But although I did like what they did with the powers, I would have liked to have seen more of that. I thought that was fun. The mouse's CGI for me, I don't know. I just feel like when you can use real, why not use real? It works so much more because you have the feeling, you put human characteristics on a mouse that's real, but when it's CGI, you know it's not. You start from a place of that's not real.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna give this a C+.
Okay. I really don't know what to give it, because I feel like half of me thinks, oh, give this film a chance. You know, if you didn't know anything about it, you would have thought it was fine. But is fine good enough?
Exactly. And my whole point was, does it need to exist? It's the same thing with all the Disney live action remakes.
Oh yeah, most of those do not need
They
to exist.
don't need to exist.
Yeah.
But money.
But money.
Yeah. So it's out on VOD now. It was one of those I was going to go to the cinema. It didn't. In America, it went to HBO Max, I believe. And the UK, it's here to download
pushing him away
and stream. Yeah, he says stop talking.
Yeah,
Look,
pushing
he's
you.
still doing. In the world of where we have no original ideas, we're probably going to get loads more remakes. That's a thing that's been happening for years now, and it seems like it's a thing that's just going to happen. Remakes and sequels of sequels of sequels. I'm in the stance of leave the originals alone if they were good. If they were bad, remake them. So, I mean, Point Break is a great example.
Oh,
Why did you
gosh.
ever remake that film?
No, didn't need to.
It's like someone trying to say they're going to remake Back to the Future. You should be stoned for even having that thought. Yeah. Anyways, thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.